Ever wondered what it would be like if a country was run by artificial intelligence? No more political gridlock, no more biased decisions, just pure logical governance. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, right? But what if I told you that one country is already experimenting with this very idea, becoming a pioneer in the world of AI-driven governance? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the first country to put AI in charge. So, which nation is this trailblazer? It might not be the one you're thinking of. We're not talking about a global superpower or a tech giant's playground. We're talking about a small, forward-thinking nation that has decided to leapfrog into the future. This country has integrated an AI system, not just as a tool, but as a core part of its decision-making process. Imagine an AI analyzing vast amounts of data on the economy, public health, infrastructure, and social welfare to recommend policies. It's not about replacing humans entirely, but about augmenting their abilities to make smarter, faster, and more impartial decisions for the good of the people. The project started a few years ago as a bold experiment. The government, frustrated with the slow pace of traditional bureaucracy and the endless political debates, wanted a new approach. They partnered with leading AI researchers and ethicists to develop a system they named Project Oracle. The name itself is telling, isn't it? They wanted a source of wisdom, a guide that could see patterns and predict outcomes far better than any human could. The initial phase was all about data. They had to digitize everything. Decades of census data, economic reports, traffic patterns, healthcare records, all anonymized, of course, were fed into the system. The goal was to create a digital twin of the entire country, a virtual sandbox where the AI could test different policies and predict their impact before they were ever implemented in the real world. For example, before building a new highway, the AI could simulate its effect on traffic congestion, local businesses, and even air pollution levels for the next 20 years. One of the first major tests for Project Oracle came in urban planning. The country's capital city was struggling with severe traffic congestion. For years, politicians had argued over solutions: build more roads, expand public transport, or implement congestion charges. Every solution had its powerful lobbyists and political drawbacks. So, they turned to the AI. It analyzed real-time traffic data, population density, and public transport usage. Its recommendation was surprising. It wasn't one big, expensive project. Instead, it proposed a series of small, interconnected changes: retiming traffic lights based on flow, creating dedicated bus lanes on specific routes only during peak hours, and launching a subsidized e-bike sharing program targeted at key commuter zones. The results were astonishing. Within 6 months, average commute times dropped by 15%, and public transport satisfaction scores went up. The solution was cheaper, faster to implement, and more effective than anything humans had proposed. It was a huge win and gave the government the confidence to expand the AI's role. Next up was healthcare. The national healthcare system was bogged down by inefficiencies. Patients faced long wait times for appointments, and resources were often misallocated. Project Oracle was tasked with optimizing the entire system. It analyzed patient data, hospital capacity, and even seasonal flu trends to predict demand. The AI created a dynamic scheduling system that could redirect patients to less busy clinics, pre-order medical supplies before a shortage occurred, and identify at-risk populations for preventative care programs. Doctors were initially skeptical, worried that a machine would dictate how they treated patients. But they soon realized the AI was an incredibly powerful assistant. It freed them from administrative tasks and provided them with data-backed insights, allowing them to spend more quality time with their patients. Of course, this journey hasn't been without its challenges. The biggest hurdle? Trust. How do you convince a population to trust an algorithm with their future? There were public protests and heated debates. People were scared of a Skynet scenario, of an all-powerful, unfeeling machine making life-or-death decisions. The government knew that transparency was key. They made the AI's source code open to public scrutiny, and established a human ethics committee with the power to veto any of the AI's recommendations. This committee is made up of diverse individuals, philosophers, sociologists, community leaders, not just tech experts. Their job is to ask the question, is this decision not only efficient, but also fair, just, and humane? This brings us to the core ethical dilemma. Can an AI truly be unbiased? AI learns from the data it's given. If that data reflects historical biases, like racial or gender inequality, the AI could end up perpetuating or even amplifying those injustices. The developers of Project Oracle are acutely aware of this. They've invested heavily in what's called explainable AI, or XAI. This means the AI doesn't just give an answer, it has to show its work. It has to explain the logic and the data points that led to its recommendation. If a policy is recommended, the ethics committee can see exactly why and can challenge the AI if its reasoning seems to be based on biased data. It's a constant process of refinement and auditing. Let's look at another area where this system is making waves, the economy. The AI continuously monitors thousands of economic indicators, from global stock markets to local consumer spending. It can detect the early signs of an economic downturn or an inflationary spike far sooner than human analysts. Its role isn't to control the market, but to provide the government with early warnings and policy simulations. For instance, if it predicts a rise in unemployment in a specific sector, it can recommend targeted retraining programs and investment incentives to stimulate job growth in that area before the crisis hits. It's like having an economic co-pilot that can see turbulence ahead and suggest a smoother flight path. But what about the big, philosophical questions of governance? Can an AI handle the nuances of foreign policy or the complexities of human rights? As of now, the answer is no. The system is intentionally limited to domestic policy areas where data-driven decisions are most effective: logistics, resource allocation, and system optimization. Decisions that require deep moral reasoning, empathy, and an understanding of human culture are still firmly in the hands of elected human leaders. The AI is a powerful advisor, a consultant with a supercomputer brain, but it is not the king. So, what can we learn from this pioneering country? First, that AI in governance is not an all-or-nothing proposition. It can be integrated thoughtfully and ethically as a tool to enhance human decision-making, not replace it. Second, transparency and human oversight are non-negotiable. Building public trust is just as important as building the technology itself. Finally, the potential benefits are enormous. Imagine governments that can prevent crises before they happen, allocate resources with perfect efficiency, and create policies based on evidence, not ideology. This experiment is still ongoing, and the world is watching closely. Will more countries follow suit? It seems likely. As our world becomes more complex and interconnected, the challenges we face, from climate change to pandemics, are becoming too big for the traditional methods of governance to handle alone. The idea of an AI-assisted state might be our best hope for navigating the complexities of the 21st century. It's a future where technology serves humanity in the most profound way possible, by helping us build a smarter, fairer, and more prosperous society for everyone. What do you think? Would you be comfortable living in a country where an AI helps make the rules? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your perspective on this, and if you found this exploration into the future of governance as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.